I'm guessing that a good number of you really enjoy going shopping. I'm also guessing that a good number of you really enjoy going out to eat at a restaurant. If you really enjoy shopping, or if you really enjoy going out to eat at a restaurant, I've got the perfect job for you. It's referred to as a mystery shopper, or sometimes a mystery patron. You may know what that is. There are, in our country, actually hundreds of these companies that are they're marketing companies. And what they do is they have contracts with some of the big chains of department stores and grocery stores and restaurants, franchises, and so on. And they have contracts to send into those stores or those restaurants these mystery shoppers or mystery patrons who go in and pay very, very close attention to the products and services being offered by this store or restaurant. And they may even take some notes kind of secretly or certainly in their mind. And so they would pay very close attention to the products on the shelves in stores or hanging on the racks. They would see if there's any shelves that are empty. They would pay very close attention to kind of the neatness, the cleanliness of the store. They would pay very close attention to the employees, the staff who work there. Are they courteous? Are they patient? Are they helpful? Are they cranky? What are they? What about the waiters and waitresses in the restaurant? Are they helpful and are they patient with you as a customer and so on? All of this gets kind of tracked and then is brought back by the company to the particular store managers. And they say that, the purpose of these mystery shoppers is not to find the bad guys and get them fired, but rather to just help stores, restaurants, and other organizations kind of improve the quality of their products and of their services. They're used quite extensively, certainly throughout our country, and they have been for years, probably going back to the 40s or 50s. I'm wondering if you worked in one of those restaurants or one of those stores and had some sense that within the next day or two, one of these mystery shoppers was going to be in. I wonder how that would affect you or me if we worked there. I'm guessing that we'd really try to sort of clean up our act. I'm guessing that we would really try to be as best as we could be, especially at that time. I'm guessing that we'd probably spend a little bit more time and attention to the details of our work environment and of our particular service. Because, in fact, we would want to get a good evaluation. It's understandable. It's very human. Well, I was kind of thinking of that when I prayed over the gospel today as we begin this, the ordinary time of the church year, as we begin to follow the adult Jesus now from the beginning of his adult ministry. Today we hear John the Baptist pointing out to a couple of his disciples the Lamb of God in their midst. And if you can imagine, try to picture the scene, John the Baptist was attracting great crowds of people. And so I'm guessing there were a lot of people around, probably a pretty big crowd. And John says, "Behold the Lamb of God in your midst, someplace. The mystery Messiah is there." And he points Jesus out especially to John and Andrew, we're told, who end up following Jesus. But I'm wondering, I kind of put myself in that situation. I wondered if John and Andrew were really able to pick Jesus out from the crowd right away when John said, "Behold, the Lamb of God." Eventually, John and Andrew find their way to Jesus, and they follow him. But at first it may have taken some time. And they just had to somehow listen to the words of John the Baptist saying that the Messiah is here in your midst. Behold the Lamb of God. Even though we put away all the decorations for Christmas, even though we put away baby Jesus now and the nativity scene, we haven't put Christ away. Or hopefully we haven't. Because, behold, the Lamb of God is in your midst. It's in our midst. Every time we come across someone who is in need, we're told that that is Christ in our midst. Every time that we witness someone striving for reconciliation and peace in relationships, in a household, at work, that's the Lamb of God. That's Christ operating, working, living. Every time we see kindness being offered, every time we see any kind of compassion being shown, behold the Lamb of God. If we really believed that Christ was in our midst, right here in this church, in the gathering of our community, might we act a little bit differently? Might we strive to be a little bit more attentive to Christ present in people around us, to Christ present in His holy word, to Christ present in the sacrament of the altar? As we listen to the direction of John the Baptist today, as he's pointing the way for us to follow in the days, the weeks, the months ahead, let us be mindful that what he says to those disciples in his day, he says to us too. Behold the Lamb of God in your midst. Recognize him. Find him. Embrace him. Welcome him. And treat him with the love and respect that he deserves.